All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Sarabjit Kaur and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Centre asks state and UTs to activate war rooms to take proactive action against spreading of COVID variant Omicron virus. Prime Minister to launch multiple development initiatives in Varanasi tomorrow. Parliament passes Election Laws Amendment Bill to link electoral roll with Aadhaar. Prohibition of Child Marriage Amendment Bill introduced in Lok Sabha referred to Standing Committee. Indigenously developed next-gen armoured engineer reconnaissance vehicle inducted in Army's Corps of Engineers. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to hold pre-budget consultations with prominent economists today. Government to set up 116 new FM transmitters in various states across the country, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur. And in hockey, India to take on Pakistan for bronze in Asian Champions Trophy tournament in Dhaka. As India marches towards administering 150 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, news about the new corona variant is a cause of concern. In this situation, we appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and help others get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news since 16th August and will continue till 15th August 2022. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. Recalling our yesterday's question, which freedom fighter popularly known as Deshbandhu founded Swaraj Party and also was the first mayor of Calcutta? The correct answer is Deshbandhu Chittaranjan Das. AIR News got an overwhelming response from its listeners across the world, and the one lucky winner of the quiz is Pranjal Kishore Sharma from Robigaon, Jorhat in Assam.
Myself Pranjal Kishore Sharma from village Robi Borua, district Jorhat, Assam. I am extremely grateful to All India Radio as it gives me the privilege to be a part of the program Amrit Mahotsav Quiz. I have been listening All India Radio since my early childhood and the enthralling program since its very inception. The program is undoubtedly very exciting, attracting and useful for all. I wish all the best to my fellow countrymen on the auspicious occasion of 75th year of independence.
The next question of Amrit Mahotsav quiz will be shared with listeners on Monday, 27 December. Celebrate 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav quiz with AIR News.
Health and Family Welfare Ministry has said that COVID variant Omicron is 3 times more transmissible than the Delta variant. Centre has advised the states and union territories to activate the war rooms and keep taking proactive action at the district or local level. In a letter written by Health and Family Welfare Secretary Rajesh Bhushan to states and union territories yesterday, COVID variant Delta is still present in different parts of the country. He said greater foresight, data analysis, dynamic decision-making and strict and prompt containment action is required at the local and district level. States have been advised that there should be constant review of emerging data regarding the population affected by COVID-19 and its geographical spread. He said hospital infrastructure and its utilization, manpower, notifying containment zones, enforcement of perimeter of containment zones should also be reviewed. Talking to AIR during the bilingual live phone-in program Corona Jagrukta series, Dr. Piyush Ranjan of AIIMS said the transmissibility of this new COVID-19 variant is very less.
ये जो नया वेरिएंट वायरस का है उसमें इन्फेक्टिविटी ज्यादा है. ये उन लोगों में ही हो सकता है या होता हुआ देखा गया जो कि पहले से संक्रमित नहीं है. अभी के समय में कुल मिलाकर 80% लोग जो है वो सीरो पॉजिटिव है. मतलब ये कि 80% लोगों में कुछ न कुछ प्रतिरोधक क्षमताएं हैं. तो उन लोगों में ओमिक्रॉन के होने की संभावना कम है और अगर होगा भी तो ये एक माइल्डर फॉर्म में होगा.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 138 crore 89 lakh mark. Out of the total vaccination, more than 82 crore 97 lakh vaccine doses have been administered as the first dose, while over 55 crore 91 lakh doses have been administered as the second dose. Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry said more than 51 lakh vaccine doses were administered till 7 p.m. yesterday. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, the centre is supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. In our bilingual live phone-in program Corona Jagrukta series, President, Public Health Foundation of India, Professor K. Srinath Reddy will be with us tonight to answer the queries related to coronavirus. This program can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on telephone number 011-2342-1230.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Varanasi and kickstart multiple development initiatives tomorrow. During his visit, the Prime Minister will lay the foundation stone of Banas Dairy Sankul at Uttar Pradesh State Industrial Development Authority Food Park at Kharkhion in Varanasi. Spread across 30 acres of land, the dairy will be built at a cost of about 475 crore rupees and will have a facility for processing 5 lakh litres of milk per day. We will also lay the foundation stone for the biogas-based electricity generation plant for the Milk Producers Cooperative Union plant at Ramnagar in Varanasi. It will be a key step towards making Milk Producers Cooperative Union plant energy self-sufficient. The Prime Minister will also launch a portal and a logo dedicated to the conformity assessment scheme of milk products developed by the Bureau of Indian Standards with the help of National Dairy Development Board. To reduce the land ownership issues at grassroots level, the Prime Minister will virtually distribute the Rural Residential Rights Record Gharoni under the Swamitwa scheme to over 20 lakh residents of the state. Inauguration foundation laying of 22 developmental projects worth over 870 crore rupees will also be done on the occasion. The Prime Minister will inaugurate multiple urban development projects in Varanasi and projects in the education sector.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in a one-of-its-kind program on women empowerment in Prayagraj yesterday. The program was attended by over 2 lakh women, many of them beneficiaries of different government schemes. The Prime Minister transferred an amount of 1,000 crore rupees in the bank accounts of self-help groups, SHGs, benefiting around 16 lakh women members. The Prime Minister also transferred 4,000 rupees as first month's stipend in 20,000 accounts of Business Correspondent Sakhis, BC Sakhis. Over 20 crore rupees were transferred to more than 1 lakh beneficiaries under the Mukhyamantri Kanya Sumangla scheme. On the occasion, the Prime Minister spoke to some women beneficiaries. The Prime Minister said that schemes and programs of the central and state governments are bringing big change in the lives of women and giving them security. He said that the nation is watching how Uttar Pradesh is working for the empowerment of women and double-engine government has given security and increased the dignity of women in Uttar Pradesh.
डबल इंजन की सरकार ने यूपी की महिलाओं को जो सुरक्षा दी है, जो सम्मान दिया है, उनकी गरिमा बढ़ाई है, वो अभूतपूर्व है. माताओं, बहनों, बेटियों का जीवन पीढ़ियों को प्रभावित करने वाला, पीढ़ियों का निर्माण करने वाला जीवन होता है. इसलिए हमने बेटी के जन्म से लेकर जीवन के चक्र में हर अवस्था में महिलाओं को सशक्त करने के लिए योजनाएं बनाई, अभियान चलाए.
Parliament has passed the Election Laws Amendment Bill, with the Rajya Sabha approving it yesterday. The upper house passed the legislation amid the walkout by the opposition members. Lok Sabha had passed the bill on Monday. Our correspondent tells us more about the bill.
The main objective of the bill is to pave the way for linkage of electoral roll data with the Aadhaar ecosystem. This will address the menace of multiple enrollment of the same person in electoral rolls at different places. Besides this, the legislation gives 4 opportunities to enroll in a calendar year as a voter upon attaining 18 years of age. Earlier, it was confined to once on the 1st of January of every year. Now, it will be the first day of the month of January, April, July and October. Apart from all these specifications, the bill has provisions of gender neutrality in regard with service voters. It also enables the requisition of any premises for election purposes. With Anand Kumar, Dharmendra Kumar Rai, AIR News, Delhi.
The Prohibition of Child Marriage Amendment Bill 2021, which seeks to enhance the legal minimum age of marriage of a girl from 18 to 21 across all religions, was introduced in the Lok Sabha amid protests by the opposition members yesterday. After the introduction of the bill, it was sent to the Standing Committee of the Parliament for further discussion and scrutiny. Introducing the bill in the House, the Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Zubin Irani said the legislation will provide the right of equality to women across all religions and castes in marriages.
पहली बार इस अमेंडमेंट के माध्यम से महिला और पुरुष दोनों 21 साल की उम्र में समानता के अधिकार को देखते हुए शादी विवाह का अपना निर्णय ले सकते हैं। सुप्रीम कोर्ट का स्वयं मानना है कि ये एक्ट सभी धर्म, सभी जाति, सभी समुदाय की महिलाओं को समानता का अधिकार विवाह की दृष्टि से मिलना चाहिए।
The Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur has said that the government is going to set up 116 new FM transmitters in various states across the country. In a written reply to a question in the Lok Sabha, Mr. Thakur said Prasar Bharati has approved the setting up of FM transmitters in 111 locations and 5 mobile transmitters along the border and Ladakh. Apart from these, the minister said 236 cities have been approved for the auction of FM radio channels. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Centre asks state and UTs to activate war rooms to take proactive action against spreading of COVID variant Omicron virus. Prime Minister to launch multiple development initiatives in Varanasi tomorrow. Parliament passes Election Laws Amendment Bill to link electoral roll with Aadhaar. Prohibition of Child Marriage Amendment Bill introduced in Lok Sabha referred to Standing Committee. Indigenously developed next-gen armoured engineer reconnaissance vehicle inducted in Army's Corps of Engineers. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to hold pre-budget consultations with prominent economists today. Government to set up 116 new FM transmitters in various states across the country, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur. And in hockey, India to take on Pakistan for bronze in Asian Champions Trophy tournament in Dhaka. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
The first set of indigenously developed next-generation armoured engineer reconnaissance vehicle was inducted into the Corps of Engineers of the Indian Army yesterday. Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narvane flagged off and inducted the reconnaissance vehicles and other equipment in a solemn function at Bombay Engineering Group in Pune. Addressing the event, General Narvane said AERV's induction will boost the Indian Army operations, particularly on the Western Front. Army Chief said that this is a crucial step concerning the Atmanirbhar Bharat in manufacturing defence equipment.
We are now actually looking at the Future Ready Combat Vehicle, FRCV, and the FICV. Both are large platforms. One is, of course, the Future Tank and the Future ICV. And both these vehicles would be state-of-the-art in a futuristic manner at the time that they would likely be coming into the Army. So once that happens, then all these armoured vehicles which we are getting, the T-72s, T-90s from abroad, that will, of course, come to a stop.
The AERV has been designed by the Defence Research and Development Organisation DRDO and manufactured by Ordnance Factory Medak and Bharat Electronics Limited, Pune. The vehicle is capable of carrying out reconnaissance of water obstacles and bogey patches for execution of engineer tasks with capabilities to carry out reconnaissance and provide real-time update to force commanders. The system will enhance existing engineer reconnaissance capabilities of the Indian Army and would be a major game changer in support of mechanized operations in future conflicts. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will hold pre-budget consultations with prominent economists in New Delhi today. Finance Ministry said this in a tweet. The meetings are being held virtually. The general budget is presented by the Finance Minister every year in Parliament on the 1st of February.
President Ramnath Kovind will participate in programs organized by the Southern Naval Command in Kochi today. He will witness an operational demonstration of the Navy and visit the INS Vikrant Cell of the Cochin shipyard in the morning. The President reached Kannur yesterday on a 4-day visit to Kerala. The President attended the 5th convocation function of the Central University of Kerala at Periyam Kasargod yesterday. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has ordered blocking of 20 channels on YouTube and 2 websites spreading anti-India propaganda and fake news on the Internet. The Ministry has requested the Department of Telecom to direct the Internet service providers to block the new channels and portals.
The News Services Division brings you glimpses of the year 2021 in its special year-ender series, The Year That Was. Today we take a look at Swachh Bharat Mission. This mission has played a vital role in eradication of open defecation and making the cities and villages free from garbage. It has also inculcated cleanliness and hygiene practices in people by promoting behavioral change towards sanitation. As a result, now this mission has become a mass movement in the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Swachh Bharat Mission on 2nd October 2014.
वेस्ट प्रोसेस के लिए देश ने हर शहर में 100% वेस्ट सेग्रीगेशन के साथ साथ इससे जुड़ी आधुनिक मटेरियल रिकवरी फैसिलिटीज बनाने का लक्ष्य तय किया है। इन आधुनिक फैसिलिटीज में कूड़े कचरे को छांटा जाएगा, रिसाइकिल हो पाने वाली चीजों को प्रोसेस किया जाएगा, अलग किया जाएगा। इसके साथ ही शहरों में बने कूड़े के पहाड़ों को प्रोसेस करके पूरी तरह समाप्त किया जाएगा।
More details on this from our correspondent.
Gandhiji said that cleanliness is more important than freedom. He said that cleanliness is very important not only for physical health but also for a healthy environment. With this objective, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was launched across the country. In the last 7 years, this campaign has taken cleanliness to a different level. The constructions of crores of toilets have revolutionized the lives of people, especially the lives of women. It was the wonder of the Swachh Bharat mission that it helped a lot in dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. In the next phase of Swachh Bharat mission, the focus will be laid on ensuring everyone access to sanitation facilities in the coming 5 years. For this, more than 3.5 lakh toilets will be constructed across the country. Apart from this, attention will also be given to the management of wastewater so that water bodies can be prevented from getting polluted. Today, Swachh Bharat Mission has become a mass movement. With the help of active participation of crores of people, a new thinking has been developed about cleanliness. As a result, the country is becoming cleaner. Bhupendra Singh, All India Radio News, New Delhi.
And now let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
On the 22nd of December 1901, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore established the school of Brahmacharya Ashram for children of Shantiniketan, West Bengal. It is around this school that the structure of the unconventional and globally renowned Vishwa Bharati University has developed through love for education, dedication and careful planning. Rabindranath Tagore called the institution Vishwabharati, which means the communion of the world with India, in a conscious repudiation of the system introduced in India by the British rulers. Rabindranath initially sought to realize the intrinsic values of the ancient education in India. The school and its curriculum therefore signified a departure from the way the rest of the country viewed education and teaching.
Simplicity was the cardinal principle. Classes were held in open air in the shade of trees where human and nature entered into an immediate harmonious relationship. Teachers and students shared the single integral socio-cultural life. The curriculum had music, painting, dramatic performances, and other performative practices. Beyond the accepted limits of intellectual and academic pursuits, opportunities were created for invigorating and sustaining the manifold faculties of the human personality.
After independence, the institution was given the status of a central university in 1951 by an act of the Parliament. It continues to empower the citizens of India and the world.
We also remember the revolutionary from across the seas, Tarak Nath Das, who died on 22nd of December 1958. A pioneering immigrant in the west coast of North America, he helped organize the Asian Indian immigrants in favor of the Indian independence movement.
Tarak Nath was born on the 15th of June 1884 in Kanchrapara, Chaubis Paraganas, West Bengal. While attending college in Calcutta, he was recruited into an anti-British secret society. By 1905, he gave up his studies and started spreading the revolutionary message. Wanted by police, he fled to Japan in 1905, disguised as a sadhu. And after the British ambassador requested his extradition, Das fled to the US and enrolled in the University of California, Berkeley, where he organized Indian immigrants towards Indian independence movement.
Das started in 1908 a monthly magazine called Free Hindustan to educate Indian immigrant population of British Columbia about the exploitative policies of the British Indian government. Later, he was also associated with Lala Hardayal of the Ghadar Party, and by 1914, after several unsuccessful applications, became a US citizen, thus moving out of the reach of the British government.
He travelled to Germany on the eve of the World War I and became involved in securing funds for an armed insurrection in India. He took part in an unsuccessful German-Indian mission to destroy British-controlled railway along the Suez Canal and also travelled to China and Japan to organize the Pan-Asiatic League and promote India's independence.
In 1917, Das returned to the USA to face the charge of conspiring to violate the Neutrality Act. He and other conspirators were convicted in the Hindu-German conspiracy case in San Francisco, and Das was sentenced to 22 months in prison in Leavenworth, Kansas.
After serving his prison term, Das abandoned revolutionary activities. He completed his PhD from the School of Foreign Service in Georgetown University and spent the rest of his years teaching in the US and Europe. He died in December 1958 in New York. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
स्वाधीनता संग्राम के वे निशान जो साक्षी हैं हमारे सेनानियों के संघर्ष और बलिदान के। आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष श्रृंखला निशान। हर बुधवार को शाम 4:45 पर कार्यक्रम परिक्रमा में FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर।
In today's episode of Nishan, we will bring you a story on Gandhi Smriti in New Delhi in our special series Nishan at 4:45 p.m. in Parikrama. Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase hallmarked gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404, issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago.
In hockey, India will take on Pakistan for the bronze medal in the Asian Champions Trophy tournament in Dhaka today. The match will begin at 3:30 p.m. Indian time. In football, India will take on Bangladesh in the final of the SAF U19 Women's Championship in Dhaka today. The match is slated to begin at 5:30 p.m. Indian time.
And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. Srinagar is expected to have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Jammu will have mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy towards the afternoon or evening. Leh is likely to witness clear sky. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky. Muzaffarabad minimum temperature was 2 degrees. Maximum will be around 15 degrees. National capital Delhi will have shallow fog. The temperatures will vary between 5 and 23 degrees Celsius. In Mumbai, the minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be around 31 degrees. Chennai is expected to have partly cloudy sky.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Most newspapers today lead with the lurking fear of the new variant of coronavirus and the proceedings in Parliament. In light of the threat posed by the Omicron variant, Centre tells states to stay on Omicron alert, writes the Hindustan Times. The Asian Age informs poll reforms bill passed in Rajya Sabha amid Din O'Brien suspended. House panel to review bill on raising marriage age of women, states the Hindu. Quoting Jammu and Kashmir leaders, Gupkar alliance to protest against delimitation draft, headlines the Pioneer. As India gets ready to meet COP26 commitments, plan on table to halt new coal-fired power plants, headlines the Economic Times. And finally, worked with work or didn't. Under this caption, the Business Standard in its year-end series looks at how India negotiated work-life as COVID kept hitting back to office plans.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Centre asks states and UTs to activate war rooms to take proactive action against spreading of COVID variant Omicron virus. Prime Minister to launch multiple development initiatives in Varanasi tomorrow. Parliament passes Election Laws Amendment Bill to link electoral roll with Aadhaar. Prohibition of Child Marriage Amendment Bill introduced in Lok Sabha referred to Standing Committee. Indigenously developed next-gen armoured engineer reconnaissance vehicle inducted in Army's Corps of Engineers. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to hold pre-budget consultations with prominent economists today. Government to set up 116 new FM transmitters in various states across the country, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur. And in hockey, India to take on Pakistan for bronze in Asian Champions Trophy tournament in Dhaka. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.